What's up, family? I'm Juan Castillo, and when I'm on social media, my favorite show to watch is the Don't Shoot the Messenger weekly podcast. Chris G, Professional Sutton, Rucker Report delivers sports the way it's supposed to be, real and authentic. So get ready to be entertained. My boys are ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy, Chris G.
And it's your boy, the Rucker Report, a.k.a. Jerry.
Ready? This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished.
This is Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
X about me, X about me.
With Professional Sutton.
You already know.
Chris G.
My homie.
And the Rucker Report.
My family, what up?
They for real.
All straight with no chaser.
Let the games begin.
Let's go. Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
Oh, yeah, we live, people. We live. Welcome to another edition, Super Bowl edition, that's tomorrow, of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy, Chris G.
And it's your boy, the Rucker Report, Jersey.
Fellas, how y'all doing today, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right?
You know, it's Saturday.
Now, but y'all ain't feeling good, you know? Y'all ain't enjoying y'all week. Jeez.
I'm happy to be alive. Happy to be amongst the living.
There we go. Well, listen, man, speaking of being happy, man, we got to shout out our sponsor, man, Cassandra Roach. Cassandra Roach Realties. Let me get this up. Let me move this out the way here. I got to do my girl right. You know what I mean? Cassandra Roach Realties, that's Caldwell Banker Realties, an association. You can hit her up for your free consultation. Give her a call at 475-201-7435. That's 475-201-7435 and get into your dream house in the place that you want. Tell her that Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast sent you. And I'm sure she will enjoy it. So, fellas, we got some NBA to talk about. I know. Oh, you know what, Henny? You see that crispy lineup? Yo, my barber took the pin out and boom. My girl, you know what? I want to shout out to my girl Kiki because she said every time I listen, y'all never talk about NBA. So guess what? I got you today. We talking about the NBA. We talking.
Hold on. NBA. I just want to let Henny know, Ruck ready to fight you over that dog, but I ain't say nothing. No. I ain't say nothing. No.
Facts.
You ready to throw hands with me too?
Facts.
I want to shout out everybody that's on the check-in. Jerron, he know I'm a Brady fan, through and through. He been hating on me, but it's all good. My boy Glenn, he says Sutton got the fresh edge up. Listen, man, shout out to my barber at Executive Cuts HT. You can hit him up. And Chris, being a hater, not you, Chris. He said Marquette is the bum. It's okay. I'm used to it. Just the comments, people saying shut up, laugh out loud, Dave, mind your business. So we're going to jump straight into it. NBA, we had a good week. I know that I watched the Nets and the Clippers game, and I really enjoyed that. People was getting on me because I was saying there was no defense being played, but there was defense being played. James Harden, my boy, was giving Kawhi the 1-2. He wasn't giving him the business, but he was giving him the 1-2. Chris, I want you to check on that game. E-Money was good. TC was good on the check-in. How did you guys feel that the Nets did against the Clippers last week? I'm going to start with whoever want to go first. Chris, where you at?
How do I feel that they did against the Clippers?
Yeah, do you think that it's going to continue? And then also when you get done, tell us what KD talking about because KD mad about something. It's crazy out here in these streets, man.
Yo, it's tough, It's tough with the Nets, I don't know where Larry is, but I really don't know what to make of them. Talent-wise, obviously. They got,
right.
3 scorers that all 3 of them can get a bucket whenever they want, in any kind of way that they want. So from an offensive standpoint, they got all the talent in the world. Defensively, you don't know what you're going to get from them from night to night. They play down the competition constantly. Now, listen, if NBA basketball has taught me anything, if you're really, really good and on the elite level, I guess you can turn it on when it's time. But I would like to see some consistency out of the Brooklyn Nets. Now, with that being said, listen, that was a good game that they had against the Clippers Tuesday night, I believe that was. That was a great game, and it was a good win. But also, the Clippers was coming off of a back-to-back on a what was it, like a 5-game road, a 5-game on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how like up and energized were they for the game? You know, I don't know, and it still was a close game, and it feels like for all of the talent that they got, they're constantly in a close game. Like they should be blown. I mean, from a talent standpoint, they should be blowing teams out, and you rarely get to see that. Right? They lost against Toronto. I think they high score was Joe Harris with 19 points.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Kyrie, where was you? You know what I mean? James Harden, where was you? I mean, I know KD, to get to the KD situation, KD, who already had COVID, they did some contact tracing and said he was around somebody who had COVID. Then, so he couldn't play when the game started. Then the game started. And then they said, you know what? We test that other person. They tested negative. He could play. So then he came in the game. And then I think midway through the second quarter or the third quarter, they was like, NBA called down and said, nah, get that nigga out of there. So then he had to leave. So, you know what I mean? It was a wild situation going on with KD. But all that being said, y'all still got enough talent to beat Toronto. Toronto been struggling this whole year.
Mm.
I mean, other than a couple bright spots where, Freddie Van Vliet went off of that 54 piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the Toronto, Toronto lost to the Warriors. Like, you know what I mean? Like they ain't been doing nothing crazy. So I don't know, man. I need to see more before I get on the bandwagon with the Nets. So until then, we'll see. We'll see until then.
I think that's why I asked you about them because like you said, I don't know what to make of them. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if if this is real. I really don't know. I'm gonna read the comments. Dave said that KD is mad. Always mad. Yes, he is. KD's always mad.
It's because his head is always nappy. Yo, if he brushed his hair or did the adult thing and just said, yo, fam, it's time to let it go. I gotta go baldy. Or get on some hair club for men. Like, there's a whole bunch of things you could take to grow some hair in that spot in the middle. Look, it started happening to me. I started getting the keyhole. My peaks was going up. I said, yo, you know what? It's time to take it all off. You know what I mean? Did it hurt my heart? Yeah, it hurt my heart. I grew up on the Boosie fade. But you know what? When it's time to let it go,
gotta let it go.
In the dark season. But when it's time to let it go, you gotta let it go.
I want to get to some of these comments real quick. Chris Mathis said that they have no bench. He's talking about the Nets.
They traded it all the way to get James Harden.
KD said free him. He's been trying to be free for a while. And then Chris Mathis also said, yeah, I noticed Kyrie was out of the game against Toronto at the end. And he also went on to say KD needs Marquette's barber. Get that black shine on. Listen, man. Listen. I've been trying to help KD, man, but he don't want the help. He don't want the help.
No, he think you know it all.
Yeah, he think you know it all. Ruck, if you still there, man, what do you make of the Brooklyn Nets right now? I know we talked about them last week, but again, that's up and down piece. Do you think that they'll be able to keep this, or do you think that they'll be able to keep a good momentum throughout the playoffs, or this is kind of what you see is what you get right now with them?
I don't think that they're talented enough to keep going back and forth with we can turn it on, we can't turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they can do that. I don't think they have enough as a total team. The bench is weaker because of everybody they lost in that trade.
Mm-hmm.
You see, if you don't get KD for a full game, if Kyrie's here and there, if James is, like you said, focused on defense, you see what it was. The Clippers game, at the end of the day, the one thing that nobody wants to talk about, it was a good win, but both teams scored over 120 points. So where was the defense at? They actually closed the game out on a long touchdown pass from James Harden to Jeff Green for a layup. That's what actually sealed the game for him. So it wasn't like even the Clippers coming off a 4-game road trip, it wasn't like It was a blowout.
Mhm.
I haven't seen them with all three blow somebody out. We
Right.
just haven't seen it.
Mm.
So it is what it is right now with Brooklyn. Again, I think, and everybody says this, they gave up a lot to get James Harden. And I think they tore down a big piece of the foundation of what that team was with all the players that they gave up. Then you also got to take into account that Spencer Dinwiddie still ain't back yet. You got to see how he adjusts once he comes back. But we'll see, man. We will see.
Okay. All right.
But yo, that's
Oh,
the,
and
that's the
Chris,
thing with them. What up?
don't disrespect the Warriors like that. You talking about Toronto beat the Warriors? They ain't that bad now.
No, I said the
I think they
Warriors beat
getting better.
Toronto. I said the
Oh, okay.
Warriors beat Toronto.
Well, they getting better.
No, I'll say this: they are getting better. The Warriors, they're starting to. Well, listen, Steph been good all year.
Yeah.
Steph been good all year. I think other players are starting to catch up. You know, Oubre is consistently inconsistent,
Mhm.
and but you know, not last night, 2 nights ago, Thursday night against the Mavs, he dropped 40, went 7 from 10 from 3. You know, I think there's some good young talent in Wiseman, and I've always been a fan of Eric Pascal. I think he played bully ball like he don't got nothing to lose. They are getting better. They'll make the playoffs, but until they get Clay, it ain't serious.
Okay. Okay.
I
Now,
second that emotion.
now,
Once they get Clay, if they had Clay this year with the way Steph playing, they'd be like some anywhere from between 1 and 2 in the West. And I mean that.
true. I want to shout out Ryan Reed. He said, "How about the Chiefs?" Listen, we're gonna do a whole NFL special tomorrow, but definitely wanted to shout out Ryan Reed. He's a Chiefs fan, huge Chiefs fan, so we want to shout him out. Also, our brother Bo. He said Warriors are definitely getting better. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And you know, again, I think Steph is playing with a chip on his shoulder. I think Steph heard everyone, comments and just everyone laughing. But I think Steph wants the last word. Chris, I did see that interview again where they were talking about that dude. What was that? Was it Rodney Magruder?
Rodney Magruder, yeah.
That was
Rodney Magruder.
That
He become the tough guy.
that was fun, man. So
Clay was like he gonna be mad because he's gonna be out the league next year.
Yo, they was straight disrespecting him, yo.
Disrespectful. He gotta
Clay
fight
was
him now.
disrespecting him.
Like he gotta fight him. Like he gotta go see them and like fight him.
Yo, he gotta set it on the next person. The next person that, you know what I mean, try to big up on him. He just gotta straight set it. Anything less.
Yo, but it's something I did want to talk about real quick though, right? So are we now at the point that we have seen enough to say LaMelo might be real?
No.
Nah,
no, not yet. All right.
Well, I'll tell you what he not. He not a bust for sure, and he definitely already better than his brother.
Yes,
for sure.
Those two things are facts. Those two things are
never lost.
You know what? I think if he plays his game and don't worry about what everyone's saying and just, help him, what helped him get to the league and he stays that way, I think he'll be fine. But I think that when, people try to deviate from what got them there, and, they want to try to be fancy. They want to try to live up to expectations of a lot of people that don't even play sports. That's when they get in trouble. So I think if LaMelo do what he got to do, I think he'll be fine. Looking at his brother, it is what it is. But LaMelo, I like his game right now. I like his game.
Yo, he is evolving, and like I said, he definitely showing that he's not a bust. You know what I mean? He'll definitely be already, unless barring injury, he already gonna be better than his brother. Because and listen, and I don't want to shoot down Lonzo. Lonzo might wind up being just a regular solid player in the NBA, have a 10-year career. He might be on 7 different teams, but he'll have a 10-year career where he always getting minutes and everybody always saying, yo, he still got potential.
Right. And he'll be in the league.
Now,
Glenn said, have we seen enough to say Lonzo Ball is a scrub?
I say no, but I am going to lead more to the scrub side because I think the mental part of the game is what got Lonzo messed up. He right now, for whatever reason, especially this season and even closing out last year in the bubble, he just looked like he don't want to be in New Orleans for whatever reason. And the sad thing about it is they really have given him an opportunity to be that guy. So I don't know what his problem is, but yeah, he looked like he don't want to be there.
Yeah, you know what it looked like, and it's something that I feel like Brandon Ingram took a step in last year. It finally looked like Brandon Ingram want to play ball, and that was the only thing that was ever missing. It was just like, yo, I just want to see. I just want you to make me believe that you care. And I feel like Brandon took that step, and maybe Lonzo needs to take that step where it's just like, yo, show that you got some fire in your belly for this. Now I can see it from Brandon now, and that's why Brandon, you know what I mean, most improved player last year. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it flip flops because they so close. Him and Zion keep flip flopping on who the high scorer is on that team for the season. But you know, Brandon is a walking bucket. I'm not saying that Lonzo is as talented as Brandon Ingram. I mean, Brandon Ingram is a Duke product, so I don't want to put that kind of pressure on Lonzo. But at the same time, like, we all know that Lonzo has a skill set. He just hasn't been, you know, you just got to see that dog in him. And I haven't seen him utilize it in a way where he can really come across in the NBA as a, like, yo, that's a premier player in the NBA. And until he do that, you know, it's all up in the air.
That's true. That's true. You know, I think what a lot of players get mixed up in is the business side of the league. I think players, you know, they are happy, right? You know, I'm going to a team that I want to go to, even if it's not my favorite team, but I'm being picked. And I think that it's, you know, it's probably with the ego thing, like, wow, like they just got rid of me for this player. Damn, do they really care? So that kind of messes with your psyche. But I think once you settle in and you get the right coach that can really coach you and motivate you, I think that's when, you know, we see players, you know, play ball, like you said, Ingram. Like a lot of guys on the Pelicans, you know, they got a young team and just gelling well. So I think that's what happens a lot when players get shipped off. Just this mentally, just psyche just get messed up. Unless you JR, you throw some Henny, you know, in a system and you straight. But it's a lot different, man.
You're quiet. I can't get my eyes off your face, man. You look like you need to be in like a Just for Men commercial. Your lineup and everything is too crispy today, yo.
Hold on.
Too crispy.
Listen, I was watching that Jalen Rose. You know what I mean? Jalen Rose joint was on point.
Man,
Yo.
I said, yo, his beard is lined up. Everything is so perfect right now. I said, I can't with this dude.
That's enough.
I said, yeah, I already know when he came home. I know when he came home, he was like, Myra, just go in the bedroom.
Nah. I was chilling. Yo,
he said,
I don't know.
It's time.
Listen,
stop laying over there faking sleep. You know what time it is.
Listen, I don't want to talk about my edger, but my barber, he got the chalk yesterday. I don't know what made him use it. I don't know what happened, but I don't know, man. So shout out to my barber. But
that boy Quet look professional right now, boy.
You know, I mean, I take about the professional stuff, man. That's what we do around here. Now, what about the Lakers, man? Because you know, y'all was talking about the Lakers, man. What do you liking about the Lakers and LeBron? And then also after that, I want to segue into LeBron saying, "Hey, I'm not really excited about this All-Star game."
I tell you what I don't like about the Lakers.
What's that?
Where's AD? Where is Anthony Davis? Now, please don't take this as hate, because it's not. But I would hate for a player as talented as Anthony Davis to fully drink the NBA championship Kool-Aid and feel like it's over. Because you don't have many years left with that superhuman help that you got. That boy, even though his edge up does look good, but that keyhole he got in the back, boy, I think it's working.
Ooh.
But I think that's the one thing that I think has kept the Lakers inconsistent is that he has not been there since the start of the season. I don't know if he is still hurt. I don't know what he's working through, but he does not look the same. And to segue into the other thing that you were talking about, I think that's more of the reason that LeBron is upset because say what you will, for the last month, he has been carrying them through every game.
Mm.
So I know he said he don't get tired, but he was expecting a little bit different from his health.
Mm. Okay.
He make a good point. I mean, I wonder if he got like that championship hangover. Listen, playing with LeBron, I don't think some people realize, especially when you're a good player, how easy everything is. And it's just like, oh shit. It's like, that's not the real NBA.
Yo, Hannibal said, man, we just won the finals 2 months ago. Chill, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, but everybody talking about AD supposed to be a top 5 player in the league, is he not?
Sounds like a Cowboy fan too. I'm just saying.
True.
Just want to say
but I'm just saying, if AD is supposed to be a top 5 player, you can't pick and choose when you a top 5 player if you are one.
Mm.
I need him to show up like that. It's some nights where I don't even remember him being on the floor. And AD is too talented of a player to have that happen to him. Just saying.
Yeah. Hannibal, what do you say? You a Lakers fan through and through. Are you liking what you see with the Lakers? Should they just relax? I feel it's still early, man. It's still early again.
They still the favorites. I
Right.
mean, I don't want to sound. I mean, I'm definitely nitpicking, but they still the favorites to me right now. I don't know if there's a better team in a 7-game series than the Lakers right now because of LeBron, because of AD, and the complementary pieces that they got around. Harrell at the addition of Montrezl Harrell.
Sure.
What's that young boy they got? Something Thornton.
Yep. THC. You got
THC or something like that, yo.
Yeah. Schroeder has been showing out.
Schroeder has been at his moments.
They've been getting even KCP has been well.
Yes.
But again, you can't have all that and not have AD be dominant.
Right.
You just can't. It doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%.
Like Hannibal said, he said it's too early. Glenn said Lakers may have best bench 6 to 11 of all the top teams.
Yeah, it could be right about that. They got a good deep bench. The only other bench I can see challenging them is the Clippers, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's just some info, some numbers to run behind that, right? So we all pointed out how great LeBron looked against Denver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But in 33 minutes, Anthony Davis had 13 points, 9 rebounds, and he was 5 from 8 from the floor in 33 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in 36 minutes against Atlanta, which is Atlanta, you get 25. But again, look at the numbers. 25 points against Atlanta, 10 for 14 from the floor, only 2 rebounds, right? 2 assists. You go against Boston, a big primetime game, you get 27 to 14, which was a good deal for you. But the numbers throughout the year, 23 points one game, 17 points another game. He had an explosion against Chicago. He had 37 there. But even the 3 games before Chicago's game against New Orleans, Golden State, and Milwaukee, he didn't even get 20. Where you at?
Listen, he gonna be there. I think that we said the same thing in the finals. I think we had some concerns with AD, but I think AD was able to put on the show when he needed to put on the show. Now if this is May, June, now we saying but again, I'm really not worried about it. But
here's the thing, Quentin. I'm sorry to cut you off, and I think this goes to the point what LeBron was saying the other day. This isn't a regular season where you get to wait until May or June.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he's so angry, and a lot of people are probably angry about the All-Star break, is because they promised them in March that they would get almost 10 days off. So now you don't have that. That's cut in half. And then what's to say he gets selected to the All-Star team too? I'm talking about AD. If you still in this funk, Where does it come out at?
Mm.
That's the thing, because this is not a regular follow-up season. Chris said it, when we were deeper in COVID last year. This was everybody else's chance to get a chip last year.
Yep.
This is going to be the test, and this is where, not for nothing, he needs to show up, because if this pattern consists, is LeBron still going to be all right in May or June?
He'll be fine, man. He'll be fine. I think that we're just, over analyzing it. I think that AD and LeBron are going to be fine. I think that, again, you're talking about a team who is less than 3 months removed from the chip. Lots going on with COVID. So again, emotionally, he may have to work on some kinks, but I don't see this being an issue when you're talking playoff run championship. I really don't see that being a problem at this point. Hannibal said AD averaging 22 and 9 and 2 blocks a game. So I think that we can hold that panic real quick. I think we can.
Yo, he might be fine. I'm not saying that he's not fine. I'm just saying there's too many times where it's like, where you at, nigga? You know what I mean? Like, and yo, if you a top 5 player, and that's what separates the Lakers from everybody else. 2 top 5. There isn't another team that got 2 top 5 players on their squad.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you want to rate Harden and Kyrie, I don't know if right now they're 2 top 5 players.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Can't argue with that. But before we, continue this conversation, I definitely, let me get it off here. I definitely want to thank our sponsor. I got to thank our girl, Cassandra Roach, who is of Cassandra Roach Realty. Get your home, get what you need, and she can help you, especially with that free consultation. Again, we got the stimulus package coming up, income tax coming up. Why waste that money? Get yourself in a nice, beautiful home and get you a free consultation with Cassandra Roach at 475-201-7435. That's 475-201-7435. And tell her that Don't Shoot the Messenger sent you.
Yo, I thought consultation was for anything dealing with a doctor. Am I wrong?
Yeah, well, consultation, you could get a consultation for anything. Like, you can get a consultation for your phone, for the house. So, so for the broker, she might sit down with you, help you out. Hey, well, maybe you should go this route, go that route. And sometimes people charge for those consultations, but it'll be free.
Yeah, learn something new every day, because I definitely thought consultation was reserved for doctor appointments and breast augmentations. Hey,
well, TV life. Hannibal says Cowboy talk will be continued in September. No, it won't. Nobody cares about that. Glenn wants to know, Ruck, who will win the East? Always feel like the Sixers are missing something.
Yo, Sixers is good, man. I mean, they lost to my Portland Trailblazers, last night, but that's with no Dame. That's with no Dame. No Dame.
Oh, yes.
Dame was out. CJ was out, and Youssef is out, and we still took it to it. Gary Trent Jr., you know where he come from, and even Melo. Melo was out there looking like Melo.
Yeah. And listen, and they did that with Joel having 31 in the first half.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but this is what I say. This is what I say about the Sixers.
Tommy in the building. What's good, man? Bless you.
Tommy, what up?
Tom, what up? Sometimes I feel like in a lot of situations with a lot of teams, coaching makes a hell of a difference. And I think what we've seen early from the Sixers is the fact that Tobias Harris, for whatever reason, responds the best to Doc Rivers. I don't know if Doc got another daughter somewhere or he trying to, show and prove, but he doing some things, and whatever Doc is doing with Joel is working. So the Sixers look good, and I would dare to say, and I know Hambone gonna kill me, I think they're the best team in the East. Right now, today, I think they are the best team in the East.
I can't argue with that.
Because with Brooklyn and with everything that Brooklyn poses as a threat, you're not you can't stop Joel. And wherever Ben gets on track and Tobias, I mean, think about this. Size-wise, they match up really well. Pause. In talent, Philly has a lot of talent too. So we'll see what happens. But Doc has them boys playing for real right now.
Well, I can't disagree, man. I
Well,
can't.
I say this. Doc's daughter already married to Seth Curry, so
He
that's
said
his only daughter.
but he ain't got.
He don't got. That's the only one.
That's what we think.
And listen, we already know how gangster Seth is. Just ask Paul George what Seth said to him last year.
What did he say to him? What did he say to him? What did he say to him, Ruck? I guess.
Sorry, sir. This is a PG-13 program, so I'm not going to repeat that.
No, it's not. Because we
I
talked
think now. No. Listen, it's not going to come from me, but I'm going to get Chris to say it. Chris, say it.
What did he say, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he said. Yeah. Listen.
He called him a band after he got an N1 on him because PG was trying to holler at Doc daughter before too. Like that was the one that PG had and he was cheating on him.
Oh, word?
Yeah. So they got real beef. They got real beef.
Oh,
too.
they got real beef.
Yeah.
Oh, George. Oh, two light-skinned dudes fighting. It's nothing. I thought it was something serious. Now, LeBron versus the All-Star game. Ruck, I know you talked about it a little bit. In the group, it was like a hot topic about, is LeBron selfish? You got some of these young players who are making the All-Star game for the first time, and is that fair to them? Chris, is it fair? I mean, I got my opinions on it, but I'll let y'all go.
Hold on, Chris. Before you go, I gotta do my Kanye. I'm gonna use a Pat Bev line. If LeBron ain't playing, we ain't playing.
You think so?
There's some truth to that as well. There's some real truth to that. Ask the question again. Do I think what is fair?
Well, LeBron was just saying his comments about the NBA All-Star game. Like, I'm just not feeling it. I don't. He just, someone was saying that he think that we shouldn't be playing it. He said, "I'll be there physically, but not mentally."
And they're gonna be there. Listen.
Yeah, he gonna be there.
I understand though why LeBron, and especially LeBron, would feel a kind of way. They already had a quick turnaround from the NBA Finals. So, I think they were relying on the All-Star break to not play and to get some, an extended break. So I do understand that part of it. I understand the NBA want to get that money.
Yeah,
and not playing the All-Star game with, the contracts the TV contracts they got for it. They don't want that neither. So, but they gonna play. Just like I told you, they was gonna play before Christmas, and he was like, nah, we ain't gonna play. And I was like, fam, they not missing that Christmas Day money. And they ain't missing that All-Star game money. He can voice his opinion. He's LeBron, and people are gonna take it serious. At the end of the day, they still gonna play though.
I agree. I mean, I'm just worried about if we talking about COVID, people coming from different parts of the world.
Well, listen, it's not ideal. I mean, obviously, it's a money grab because you've already got teams missing players from game to game because of COVID and contact tracing and all of that stuff. So you bringing everybody to Atlanta where there's no rules right now. Mm-hmm. I just seen a picture on the gram of a club in Atlanta. I ain't see one mask. And it was JP, like it was just regular. So obviously you put a bunch of younger rich guys down there for a weekend. They're gonna do young rich guy stuff. Now, I don't think you got to worry about some of the older vets, LeBron, Steph, people like that. But some of them other young guys, oh yeah. They like, oh, we in Atlanta. We going down to we gonna go get some lemon pepper loose.
There we go.
All right, so you already know what it's gonna be. So I think from that standpoint, the NBA needs to be careful because
Mhm.
if you're gonna have the All-Star game, you kind of need to have it in a bubble. It's kind of be like, we coming down here. Y'all got to stay here. Y'all can't leave here, because what you don't want is all of the best players being together and then going back to their respective teams and getting everybody else in.
Yes, and that's what my concern was. Like, what would that look like? Like, is it going to look like, everybody come have fun? Then it's that one player who snuck out in the night and he's in a club in Atlanta where there's no mask. He's talking to everybody, dapping everybody up, and he's passing COVID because he's not asymptomatic. But then boom, he's spreading like a mug. He's spreading like he had Magic City. And that's the thing that I worry about. But like you said, Chris, the NBA is all about their money. They don't give a damn what people talking about. Yeah, of course there's going to be safety, but you sign a contract, and that contract is anything that happened to you, we are not held liable. This is all on you. We don't want you to get sick, but if you do, you can't sue us. That's what I'm just saying.
Can we talk about the CO conspiracy though?
What's the CO conspiracy, brother?
The CO conspiracy is that not only are they for one, I wanted to say this: if LeBron should be mad at somebody, he better be talking to Chris Paul. Because this was really due to the NBA Players Association too, right? Then the other thing is where I see he's mad at, you not only gonna have the All-Star game, but you're gonna do it in Atlanta.
Yeah, man. I don't work.
So we ain't learned from Lou Will already. Where half of them is going.
Yep.
You already know what's going down. There's gonna be a lot of lemon pepper wing juice and everything at that practice the next day.
I mean, no, that's true. I agree, but again, I think that there are fans who will say, I don't care about that stuff. I want to see my NBA. So I need to see the game on. So let's see that. Like all that other stuff that you're talking about, yeah, that's cool, but I want to watch the game. I want to enjoy the festivities. So I'll deal with the consequences later. And that's how some people see it. But next week or in a few weeks when this happens, we'll be like, hey, and now if I hope not, but if the NBA got to shut down, we're gonna go to our podcast and say, remember we talked about this, and this is what happened.
Oh yeah.
And if the NBA is smart, I think that they will quarantine before they need to even quarantine. They'll say, hey, listen, we're gonna shut it down for 2 days or so, and then resume. That's just how I feel. Quarantine for a few weeks, a week or so.
Well, listen, some teams don't got the luxury. If they lose their star for 2 weeks because of COVID, their season is over.
That's what I'm saying. So I think
they do need to be careful.
I think that they should be proactive in the matter. And say like if they're going to give them a week off, I think they should give them like extra few days, just so they can people can be quarantined or what have you supposed to be. So that's just how I feel. Be proactive and not wait until this gets crazy. So yes. So what else is on the agenda today, fellas? Listen, this is all I have, man, because I know we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. Super Bowl.
Check your phone, Quet.
Let me see. Check my phone. Hope it's something good up here. Okay. All right. Well, we out of here. Rut, you got to give us a say word before we go. You got to.
I need it today. Preach.
Yo, Chris, and the crazy thing is I need it too. So I'm preaching to myself first. So here it is, people. For this week's word, during Say Word, it's not happening to you, it's going to happen through you.
Ha!
All right. So I say that to say, we go through a lot of things in life that change our mindsets, our thinking, our thought processes, become barriers to some of the dreams and visions that we have. And we always get to the point when those things happen, we say, why me? Mm-hmm. So the mindset has to become, and I'm working on this myself, why not me? Why shouldn't this happen to me? Why shouldn't I learn through this situation? Why shouldn't I be forced to grow? Because remember, in our growth, we got to be broken down sometimes. So again, people, it's not happening to you. It's going to happen through you. So, as I always say, people think big, and most importantly, be easy.
Oh man. Well, listen, on that note, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Also, we want to thank our sponsor, Cassandra Roach at Cassandra Roach and Caldwell Realty. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys tomorrow for our Super Bowl special. Peace.
Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy, Chris G.
And it's your boy, The Rucker Report, a.k.a. Dirt.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished.
This is Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
X about me.
With Professional Sutton.
You already know.
Chris G.
My homie.
And the Rucker Report.
My family, what up?
They for real.
All straight with no chaser.
Let the games begin.
Let's go. Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.